How do I increase milk supply? If you put that question on social media, you will get every answer known to man. From lactation cookies and recipes to this drink is the best. Did you know that the Starbucks pink drink is known as the breastfeeding increaser? There are so many different herbs and different ways of doing things, different pumping techniques. And so, yes, utilize that social media, but I would recommend ask your family. So ask your mom, your grandma, your aunt, your partner's family. A lot of times there's different cultures that have different herbs and they've been using it for years. They have different foods that will increase milk supply. Some of the herbs now today that we use have been used for centuries in other cultures. One of them is moringa, there's fenugreek, I mean, you name it. There is so many things that other cultures have tapped into and have known about for so long, and we just are now hearing about it. Another place you can look for different herbs and foods is a website called lowmilksupply.org. Just all one big word, lowmilksupply.org. And they have different combinations, dosing guides of how much to take and how to increase your milk supply. Pumping is going to be essential. So ultimately, you can eat as many lactation cookies as you want. You can drink as many Starbucks drinks as you want. But if you're not doing a supply and demand, you're not getting the milk out, you're not breastfeeding, your milk isn't going to increase. So make sure that you're pumping on a regular basis. What I recommend is to pump after feeding. So you're trying to increase your supply. You breastfeed first, and then you're going to pump after every feeding 10-15 minutes just to stimulate more. You're going to stimulate more hormones. You also tap into the hours of 1 and 5 a.m. I'm not sure why our bodies are made this way, but your prolactin level, which is the hormone that increases milk supply, is actually the highest at that time. So if you can tap into that 1 to 5 a.m. where you're breastfeeding and then definitely pumping afterwards and completely draining your breast, it's going to set you up for a really good milk supply for the next day. Another technique that some people have talked about and that has really worked is called the pumping power hour. And so what I want you to do, this is your time for yourself. So of course you're pumping, but it's a time where you're not focusing on anybody but yourself and pumping. Your baby is taken care of, your toddler is taken care of, food's taken care of. All you're gonna do is sit in front of the TV, watch a show, you can read, you can scroll through social media. It's your time to have just 1 hour where you're focusing on just relaxing and pumping. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have your water, your food, and just relax. You're gonna pump for 20 minutes, and then you're gonna take a 10-minute rest. Then you're gonna pump another 10 minutes, and then another 10-minute rest, and then another 10 minutes of pumping. So ultimately, you're pumping 40 minutes in an hour, but it's the stop-start process that is going to really send good hormones to your brain to get more milk flowing. Anytime that you're doing any of these techniques, you want to wait about a week. You should see an increase in your milk supply within 1 week of doing all this. And if you're still having issues, I would recommend that you contact and make an appointment with lactation to help you through this process.